Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. We are kicking off part 1 of my makeup inventory. Yay! Finally, we're doing my makeup inventory. It is 2 months late, but better late than never, right? In this inventory, in this part of my inventory, we will be going over makeup primers, foundations, concealers, color correctors, loose powders, depotted powders, pressed powders, and setting sprays. I was so proud of myself with my skincare inventory because every category either stayed the same or went down. Unfortunately for this part of my inventory, one area did go up, but everything else either stayed the same or went down. Hopefully that one area will go down for next year, but yeah, it's too bad. I'm always grateful to receive products for review. I'm always grateful, you know, to get free makeup, and it's a huge perk of doing this as a part-time gig. But yeah, as a result, this one part of my inventory did go up by 1. But I do hope you enjoy watching, and yeah, here is part 1 of my makeup inventory. Alrighty, we are kicking off part 1 of my makeup inventory with primers, as always. I'm very excited to report that this category went down by 2. I had 16 at my last year's inventory and I have 14 this year. I used up 2. One was the Becca purple primer and one was a Garnier primer. Really sad to see the Becca one go. Couldn't really care less about the Garnier. It was more of a silicone-y primer. Not my favorite type of primer, but I powered through it and used every drop up and it's gone. So this number went down by 2 to 14. The product I'm currently working on for 2025 is this Nivea Men Post Shave Balm. I put this in my second Classic Project 10 pan that I'm doing with Liz, and I'm cautiously optimistic that I could finish it this year. But even if I do finish it, I don't think it will leave me with a lot of time to finish anything else. So I think my best hope at this point is that I'll be finishing one of these and starting on another. And the worst case scenario is that I don't even finish this one in 2025. But we will see. I'm going to try. This is another category that I try to work from oldest to newest and make sure I'm working on the older products first. At its worst, let's see how bad this category was. At its worst, this inventory number was 30. So we've halved it. I'm pretty happy about that. 30 was too much, if I do say so myself. So I'm really happy to have this number go down to 14, even though I still have a long way to go, even though I still have many more years of primer in my collection and I don't need to think about buying a new primer for quite a while. I'm happy that this number has gone down by half since starting my inventory, so that's a win. Next up is my category of BB and CC creams. I had 4 last year and I have 4 this year. One did go out, I used one up, and I decided to move one into this category. This is from Fenty Beauty. This is the new one. I received this complimentary from Influencer for review, and it's not listed as a BB or a CC cream. It just says Easy Drop Blurring Skin Tint. But man, this is the lightest coverage product I've used in a long time. Definitely lighter than IT Cosmetics, probably lighter than MAC. So I figured it would be better suited in this category than in my foundations inventory. So I moved it into here, even though it's not technically listed as a BB or a CC cream. The one that I finished last year was from Laura Mercier. It was like a deluxe sample. I didn't think much about that one either. It was all right, but it's not something I wanted to repurchase immediately. I don't have any plans at this particular moment in time to put any of these in a project. If I was going to choose one to put in a project, it probably would be the MAC one. Based on its age, these two are probably the oldest out of the 4 of these, so one of those two. But yeah, as of right now, there are no plans for any of these to be in a project. So hopefully that'll happen, but I really want to get my foundation inventory down, which I'll be talking about next. So this is kind of being put on the back burner for now. Okay, up next are my foundations. These are my liquid foundations. These are not all of my foundations, but these are my liquid foundations. And this is the first category in my inventory so far that has gone up. I I had 19 last year and I have 20 this year. I was not able to finish any foundations at all, unfortunately. I do have these little 3 samples down here. They're not counted as part of the 20. They're just here to remind me that I have them. None of them are a good match for me color-wise, but I'm hoping that I could mix them in to adjust the color and use them up that way. This top row, I didn't touch at all in the past year. Down here, I really only want to talk about these 2. This was in a project in 2023, and I left it in the bathroom all year long, hoping to get to it, and I never did. But as you can see, the fill line is pretty low. And I left it in the bathroom because I'd like to get back to it. But this is the foundation that I was panning in 2023. It is more of a summer shade for me. And once October hit, it was way too deep for me to wear from day to day. So I haven't been using it at all for the last 4 months or so. But I have decided to keep working on this. It does feel a lot lighter than it did when I put it into a project at the beginning of 2024. And so I'm hoping that I could finally finish this off in 2025, but I couldn't get it done this past year. But that is the foundation I primarily worked on from like May until October. I just don't use a lot of foundation. This Lancome product right here was gifted to me through Influencer for review purposes. I've been using it. This is a good shade match for me right now. And I have been enjoying it very much. The Lancome Tint Idole Ultra Wear. I can't say anything French. I don't know why I try. This is the shade 215C. It's working out for me pretty well. So that's the reason why this inventory went up by 1, because of this guy. But I'm always excited to review foundations. This is way too many. I need to start getting this number down. I know I do. Okay, this is the next part of my foundations. Actually, this is the last part of my foundations. These are foundations that are either in jars or pots or in stick form. This inventory has not changed since last year at all. I had 12 last year. I have 12 this year. I did not use any up. I did not get any new ones into my collection. And actually, to be honest, I don't think I worked on any of these even once last year. I don't remember working on any of them. Hopefully that'll change, but at this moment in time, none of these are picked out for a project in 2025 either. I'd love to work on them, but yeah, too many foundations, not enough time. So we are still at 12 for this count. Okay, up next are my concealers. This is another one of those good news, bad news situations. The good news is this inventory did not go up. The bad news is this inventory also did not go down. Despite the fact that I worked very hard on one product in particular, I couldn't get it finished by inventory time. That is this LA Girl Pro Concealer in Natural. I absolutely loved it. I used a ton of it in 2024. It is nearly gone, but it is still here. I am currently working on this little pan of concealer slash highlighter from Mascara slash Saint Beauty. I have 4 of these, a highlighter, a contour, a blush, and illuminator, which is an actual highlighter. And as you can possibly tell, I've been getting quite a bit of use out of this. I'm really enjoying it. It's a really good batch for me now that we're in winter and I'm pretty pale. And we'll see. Maybe I could finish both of them off in 2025. I have 24 in total. This is way, way, way too many. Can't wait to get these numbers down. My only other highlight over the past year was I did hit another pan in this little e.l.f. palette. This pan was here before, and then I hit this pan in a project in 2024. So I did work on that one as well. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting this number down eventually. It is way too high. I'm just glad it didn't go up at all. I'm glad nothing new came in as far as concealers. I love testing out concealers. I love seeing how they affect my different areas that I need to conceal, but I do not need any more. So we're still at 24. Up next are my color correctors. I had 3 last year and I am down to 2 this year. This category is really dwindling down. I used up an e.l.f. color correcting stick that was way too orange. It took me, I don't know, almost 2 years to pan it. It lasted a long time, but I got through it. And that leaves me with these two. This is the Becca Under Eye Concealer, and this is the Bobbi Brown color corrector. I like both of them very much. I currently have this Becca one in a project. I do love color correctors for my under eyes. I do feel like they do a good job of brightening and canceling out any darkness or like baggage that I'm carrying around. So I do love a good color corrector. If I were to use both of these up, I would definitely go out and buy another one, probably either the Pixie one or the Bobbi Brown one. I did give a few to my mom a couple years ago. And as far as I know, she still has them. I don't think she's used any up, but she's probably still got a few at her house. So I could probably get one of them back at some point if I did need one before having to buy another one. So I should be good. But yeah, we're down to just two. That's pretty exciting. At the height of this category, I had 10. So to go from 10 to 2 feels really good. That was back in 2019. I had 10 color correctors. That is way too many. I think I had some like greens and other yellowy color correctors. I didn't need them. All I need is this. I don't need any other color correctors. So I'm really happy to have this inventory down to 2, and I am still working on it. Okay, up next are my loose powders. I do not have these divided up as far as setting powders versus foundation powders. They are just face powders that are loose. Some of them are more translucent setting powders. Others are more like foundation type products, like this one from Bare Minerals. I had 14 last year and I am down to 13. This category did go down by 1. One was used up, nothing new came in. The one that I used up was a Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder. It is one of my all-time favorite loose setting powders. I really loved it. Not really happy to see it go, but glad I was able to enjoy every speck of powder in that container. I do hope to buy that again one day in the future, but that is once my powder inventory has gone down quite a bit more. I think I have plenty to choose from here in the meantime. The one that I'm currently working on is this one from Givenchy. I worked on it a ton in 2024, but I didn't even come close to finishing it, so I put it in a project again for 2025. We'll see if I could get it done. I'm not working on any of these other products at the moment, but you know, you never know what's going to happen. I do love the idea of using a powder foundation in the summertime when I'm producing a lot of oils naturally, but we'll see if that can get squeezed into a project this year. But we are down from 14 to 13. Up next is my tiny inventory of depotted face powders. There's been absolutely no change to these two guys. I didn't touch them at all in 2024. I didn't use them. Nothing new came in, nothing was finished. Obviously, they are the same two I've had for many years now, actually forever, but this category's been at 2 for 2 years now. I had a third depotted powder at one point. I have thought about combining them with just my other like powder singles, but I haven't decided to do that yet. But for now, this category stands at 2. This is an old Victoria's Secret powder, and this is an old Physicians Formula powder if you're not recognizing them. I don't know. I know Victoria's Secret hasn't made this in a long time, but I don't think Physicians Formula has made this in a long time either. Both of these powders have a little bit of a glow to them. They're not flat, especially that Physicians Formula one. Yeah, both are super pretty. I'd love to put them in a project someday, but it didn't happen in 2024. Here are my pressed powder singles. Again, some of these are more like loose, not loose, translucent setting powders. Others are more foundation powders. Some are very mattifying. Some have a little bit of glow to them. I don't separate them out into that level of detail, but these are all of the powder singles I have to choose from at the moment. There was 19 last year. There's still 19. I did not use any up. No new ones came in. I did work on one, which is this one. This is an old Clean and Clear powder that was handed down to me, decluttered to me from Jamie. And I did hit some decent pan on that powder in 2024. I would love to get that in a project with the intention of finishing it off. But at the moment it's not in a project. I would say about a third of these powders came to me by Jamie's declutters. I did not purchase all of these. I did purchase many of them, but not all of them. I would say Jamie gifted me about a third of these from her declutters. But yeah, at the moment, none of these are currently in a project. I just have that Givenchy powder in a project, but we'll see. Maybe I could work that Clean and Clear one into a project and maybe finish it off. I don't know, we'll see. But we are at 19. And for my final post for part 1 of my makeup inventory, I have setting sprays. I had 9 last year and I am down to 8. Nothing new came in and I used one up. It was the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. I'm sure many of you know it. I received it not complimentary. I received it in my Beautylish Lucky Bag several years ago, so I didn't seek it out to purchase it, but I did get it as part of my Lucky Bag purchase, and boy, is it glittery. And at first, when I first started using it, it was only a little bit glittery, but by the end, it was super duper glittery. I ended up taking the last little bit and combining it with my ColourPop 4th Ray Pretty Fresh. As you can see, that is all of the shimmer and glitter that was part of the Cover FX. This spray does not come with any shimmer. And it's been fine now that it's mixed in here. This is the current setting spray that I'm using. It's about half gone. So that should be an empty in 2024. This is another setting spray that I keep in the bathroom. This is from Bella Jade, and I like this setting spray on my face when I'm getting ready to mask, which isn't very often, which is why this is still pretty much brand new. But when I do use my face mask, I like to spray my face with that first, because I find that the current mask I'm working on can be a little bit drying. Urban Decay All Nighter is probably my favorite setting spray of all time, although I've really fallen in love with this Pretty Fresh, and I would absolutely buy this again. This is hands down my all-time favorite summertime setting spray. I love it so much. I'm hoarding it. I'll flat out admit it. I don't want to use it up. I don't want it to go. I want it to last forever. I wish Too Faced would bring this back because it is amazing for oily girls in the summertime. These 3 I know I don't remember much about. I think this one was sent to me for review. It's got an SPF of 40. This one from Flower Beauty I bought hoping it was a dupe for this one. It is not. It is like a spray powder. This is a spray liquid that mattifies. This is like a spray powder, which is kind of weird, but I'd like to play around with that some more. And this one from Milk is the opposite of mattifying. This is like a hydrating mist with like oils in it. You gotta like shake it up. And that's something I will only use in the driest months of the year, because even in the driest months, I really don't need this. I've gotten greasy every day this entire winter by like 1 o'clock. So I don't know when I'm gonna use that. I guess I'll wait and see if my skin changes back to a little bit more dried out at some point in the future, but I've had zero interest in exploring this product whatsoever, and I really should have never bought that. That's really not for my skin type. I don't know what I was thinking. I think with the Hydro Grip, I ignored the hydro part and was kind of focused on the grip part. I was hoping it would really help my makeup to stay put, but no, it's really more hydro than grip for me. Anyways, this inventory did go down by 1, so I'm happy about that. 9 was a little bit too much, to be honest. 8 is a little bit too much too. I'd probably be more comfortable around 2 or 3 setting sprays at most, but I think I will get there eventually. And I didn't buy any in the past year, so that's good. Alrighty, that is it for part 1 of my makeup inventory. Stay tuned for part 2. Should be coming up really soon, hopefully tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.